Welcome to The Buzz, where we bring you leaders in dental education discussing hot topic courses and industry trends. I'm your host, Vanessa Emerson, founder of Dental Speakers Bureau, and today I'm interviewing AnnMaries DePalma, who is a columnist and feature writer for dental publications, as well as a textbook chapter author. She's also a dental software trainer, and she presents continuing education courses on a wide variety of topics for dental teams. Thanks so much for being here, AnnMaries.
Thank you, Vanessa. Glad to be here.
Well, today I would like to speak in this session about your practice management presentation topics. And maybe you could get us started by helping us know what's going on in the dental practice that would help attract an attendee to attend one of these courses.
So as a clinical hygienist, I practiced for many years in both perio and general practices, and my love was actually in perio. But I had experience not only clinically, but on the business end of the practice. So I learned a little bit about practice management and then ended up teaching in dental hygiene, dental assisting programs, and expanded my knowledge there, and then ended up working for a consulting company where I really gained some insight into what happens on the business as well as the clinical side of a practice. And day to day in my current position, I'm in offices, training offices on software, dental teams on software, whether that be clinical or whether that be the business end. I never like calling the business team the front desk because they're not an inanimate object. So I always bring in my clinical background to the business team as well.
Oh, that's great. So what would be happening in the actual dental practice that would be something that they need help with that would cause them to be attracted to these courses?
One of my courses is called Habits of Effective Offices. So in today's world, previously, dentistry, you could hang up a sign and people would flock. But in today's world, there are many dentists, even in my own hometown, that, on every block, there's a dentist. So how does your practice differentiate itself from the practice that's right next door? So we talk a little bit about the habits of effective offices and how that can translate to your patients and how you can give them the best in dental care and why they should seek your practice versus another.
Okay, so that one's your effective offices presentation. What else you got?
A topic called Front to Back. It talks about why communication and working together, not only as the clinical team, but the business team. Oftentimes there's communication issues. So we talk about leadership and how that affects offices and communication. What are the basics of communication? There are 1,000,001 courses that people can attend and get a little bit more information on communication. But what I like to do is make it personable to their particular practice. So we do a little bit of exercising with what's a situation in that office that really causes the office pain, and have a suggestive group interaction for that one. So it's pretty interesting to get the communication, leadership, and help problem solve your individual problem.
Boy, the communication and leadership, I don't think we can ever get enough of that, continually. It's good for teams to dip back into that well and continue to refine those skills. That's awesome. Now, you mentioned to me before that you're a dental software trainer. Do you have a course around that as well?
Yes. As a software trainer, I do an evaluation of the practices. I have a checklist, I look at reports, and oftentimes I have been seeing many things that the team, whether business or clinical, could improve upon. Things having to do with HIPAA. Did you know that all of the basics of HIPAA in the security area? I am not a HIPAA expert. I don't know all of that. But there are some basic things that every practice needs to know and understand that some offices aren't even utilizing. We then talk a little bit about what's the difference in technology between paperless and chartless. And oftentimes a practice will tell me they want to be paperless, but when we delve deeper into it, they want to be a chartless practice. So how do we delve into that, and what's the goal of the practice? And then we talk a little bit about metrics. How does your software provide the metrics for your practice, and what you should be looking at and helping your practice move forward, whether that's in productivity, collections, or as dentistry moves to the more medical model of treatment planning.
Wow, that's really well-rounded. And so when we look at all of the courses you have in practice management as a whole, I mean, that it's very well-rounded. So who would be the best attendee for this? Is it typically the business team or full team, or what would you suggest?
Full team. I like all members of the team, whether they be the business team, the office administrator, the practice manager, the doctor, the assistant, hygienist, whoever is in the practice. Now, sometimes it's not the full practice themselves, but oftentimes it can be one or two team members that can then bring back and be the super user or the super leader within their group, that they can then inform the other team members of what they learned and help affect change throughout the practice. So it's open to anyone. And the programs are usually 3 to 4 hours, and they can be mixed and matched.
Ah, very good. Well, is there anything else we haven't covered that would be important for the meeting planner to know around these topics?
No, I think we've pretty much covered a whole lot. And I'd like to thank you for the opportunity of speaking to you and your audiences today. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here, AnnMarie. And thank you to the event planner for watching the video. If you would like more information on bringing AnnMarie to speak at your next event, you'll learn more about her practice management and clinical topics. She has quite a few to choose from. On our Dental Speaker Bureau listing, AnnMarie DePalma, you'll find her contact information there, or you can email info@dentalspeakersbureau.com. We'd be happy to connect you. So thanks again for tuning into this episode of The Buzz, and until next time, be well.